and you that dumb enough to charge at a cop, especially the brother cops, the brother ones.
Yeah, it's like for some reason we're making them look bad or whatever. I don't know what their deal is, but they're on some old other shit. It's like cops. I don't want to say I hate cops. I hate dirty cops. I don't hate cops. The idea of having cops is a good idea, but have cops that work for the system and not think that they're above the law and stuff like that. It's like I can get along. I can get along with a decent cop. I can't get along with a dirty one. Sorry.
I would get along with a decent cop too, but the only thing I wouldn't do, the only thing I don't with cops right now is just trust them. As far as trusting them, I just kind of don't. Not because, the same reason.
You're right.
Trust cops. To be honest, I'm going to just say this. I trust God more than cops.
I'm in a chopper.
I'm going to just put it that way.
The two will have to work
can't
together
really
to
do
defeat as
things
many
right.
enemies as possible.
Well,
yeah, but it's the thing. Having faith in God, that's one thing. But then it's like we're God put us here to make our own decisions. So it's like he's not really gonna. Well, sometimes he does interfere, but he makes us, whether it's a good or bad choice, he lets us do what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
it's like sometimes the choices are good, sometimes the choices are bad, but it's ultimately up to us.
Yeah.
So it's like we have to deal with the religion is one thing, but we have to deal with the physical world. We have to deal with this world. You know what I mean? It's like, and in this world, it's like we got to deal with dirty cops.
You gotta,
I don't
deal with them, and then you're probably gonna deal with more probably dirty cops eventually. But the only thing I forgot that's still going on too is this Trayvon Martin thing. I think I heard Trayvon Martin still didn't get justice, even though what happened. I'm like, boy. But the George Zimmerman I heard is actually getting himself into trouble again. I'm like, this guy ain't ever gonna keep himself out of trouble. And they keep letting him out of bail. I'm like, this guy ain't doing all sorts of bad stuff, and y'all still releasing him. And I don't think he's white. I think he's Hispanic.
There is a real problem with the American judicial system. The thing about it is, white people, white America, I guess it was made for white America, so white America doesn't really see it. It's like us as black people, the system has wronged us, and I'm not just gonna say black people, it wrongs a lot of people. But the thing about it, nobody really saw it. Nobody really saw it until the OJ verdict. It's like, now OJ, in my opinion, he clearly did it. But the thing about it is, it's like now they see how broken you're letting a killer go free. Now you see how broken your judicial system is. But it took a black man that murdered someone for you to see that your system is flawed. When we were dying, when black people were dying, everybody was hunky-dory. Nobody gave a fuck. But it's like with the OJ verdict, it's like now y'all see what's going on. Now y'all see what's going on. So it's like, it's like it's clearly this system, our system, everything is fucked. Yeah. From law to drugs to food to weapons, everything, weapons, everything.
Yeah,
everything's fucked.
It really is. It's such a shame. Even kids that get into the place are doing things. It's like I already said why I don't. I mean, I know any adult would tell me that I shouldn't say that because I'm like, well, I have my own choice. I can do a life having kids, or do a life without it, and I choose to have a life without kids. Because I just don't really want to go.
The neighborhood I'm in right now, I live in North Philly. These people ain't shit. My neighbors ain't shit. I'm gonna tell you like that. It's like, and the cops really don't give a fuck. And the cops will not respond to, any type of burglary or anything like that because they're so busy with other crimes. I guess they're busy with, murder and rape and stuff like that. They won't come to you if you're burglarized. You're on your own. You're basically on your own.
That's why I say I sometimes don't trust guys because they normally don't get there on time when stuff happens. They always gone stuff happens.
Yeah, they'll get there to lock you up. They'll lock your ass up, no problem. But it's like to help you, no. When we don't care about that. We don't care really about your well-being. We got other shit to do.
Yeah, it's almost like that. It's like I might as well just be honest and just say that, and so we could just be on our own and help ourselves.
Yeah, totally.
That's what say something like that.
Man, where you at? Are you upstairs or?
Nope, I'm right behind. Oh great, this.
Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, no.
Oh crap! Don't grab me. Oh, because they got haters that when you reload the bullets, you can't even move or nothing. You stand still.
Yeah, I try to quick reload. I quick reload using my inventory. It's like if you do it physically. Usually when you do a physical reload, you unloaded and didn't see how much you had. So it's like, oh boy,
it's like you're.
I'm reloading. Damn, don't hit me.
It's like you're screwed in a way. You know, I would like to see Josh actually coming in new. Actually, he's one new character they could start with is Josh. I mean, they never Resident Evil, as far as I remember. I don't think they never really had black main protagonists at all, as far as I remember. I want to add.
No, they didn't.
Like, don't try, like.
They didn't.
I like Leon and stuff, but we need to see some other ones.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, maybe do
it's like,
have Josh and Leon meet.
Yeah. And it's like, because it's like the one black guy that I really saw was Marvin Branagh, and he died. It's like, come on, when are we gonna have like you know,
black characters,
some different, or black, or you know, Hispanic, or you know, any of the minorities that they great. Here we go. Thank you.
Personally, it's like I want to see other races of characters, main protagonists, and stuff. I want to see that. Yeah, it's like, I know we got Ada, but meaning like, I guess male-wise, other races of males too, besides just always Caucasian males and stuff. I mean, it's like I said about Leon, he's okay, but But I guess as far as I see Resident Evil go and all this stuff going, I guess they probably
I'm out. They got so many sprouters and shit.
I know.
Then you got these spiders. Damn, this place is crawling.
I know. Sometimes I be liking that. It just gives you more points. But
it does.
Faster.
Yeah,
especially in RE6 with the jumping dudes. They be all over the place. Oh, I forgot to say, it was this one dude on YouTube who ended up talking about something that happened in Australia. They had to pull down Grand Theft Auto 5 from shelves in Target there because feminists unfortunately found it offensive that women was getting beat up in the game. I'm like, dummy, men are getting beat up in the game too.
In the game too. It's like when something happens to a woman, it's like, stop the presses. When something happens to a man, it's funny. You know, hey, man's getting beat up, man's getting raped. Wow, that's so funny. But no, can't have that happen to a woman. Oh, now there's a problem. You know, this is it's like the thing with men. Our life value is nothing compared to a woman. It's like when something happens to a woman, it's all, we have to hold seminars and we have to have this and we have to have these marathons to raise money. But when it's a man, nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit.
Nobody does. It's such a shame to see this kind of stuff. And feminism continuing to grow. It's crap. I'm like, if feminism continue to be the way it is at this day, we might as well just forget relationships.
Forget it. Forget about it.
Forget trying to be friends with girls too, because to be honest, being friends with them isn't so easy.
It's not easy. It's because, like I talked about yesterday. Hold on. Like I talked about yesterday, it's not easy to be friends with women because it's like there's really nothing. It's like, and I gotta say this. There's nothing about women that are really interesting. Besides, it's like as guys, we just want to fuck them. As guys, we just want to fuck. We just want to fuck them. It's like I never really met a woman with personality or anything like that. I really haven't. It's like, have you ever met a funny woman? Have you ever met a woman just you wanted to be around because she was just so charismatic and so charming and she had a great personality? No. It's like they don't. It's like a lot of women don't have personalities because, like I said, personality is built off of the need to attract. And a lot of time, it's a guy, we have to develop personality. We have to develop charm. We have to develop a sense of humor. We have to develop spontaneity. We have to develop the gift of gab. We have to do that to attract. It's like women don't have to do that to attract because they have pussy. So they don't have to. They don't have to do that. So you find a lot of women with absolutely no personalities, and this is why I never really. It's like it's a few women I liked in my life, but I never. It's like most women are just unlikable because they have no personality. It's like you meet any woman. Any woman. It's like if you meet, it's like, oh my god. It's like
especially
everything
the skinny ones. They look at themselves as goddesses and stuff. Like they adore their own body. I'm like, you know, you women better. I'm like, you know, this is the thing that gets me about you pretty women. I'm like, y'all should thank God that y'all got that body, but nope. Instead, they don't want to do that. It's like
no. Here's the thing, and Patrice said this. Patrice O'Neal, the late great Patrice O'Neal said this. A woman's pussy does not age as well as a man's personality. I mean, it's like looks fade, but the thing about it is, as guys, we have personality, and it's like 50-year-old guys. 50-year-old guys are cool because we got personality, we got the gift of gab, you got this, you got that. It's like old women are finished. only because all this time to get your way, you've done nothing but use your pussy to get what you want. You know what I mean? So it's like all this time you have not developed any type of personality or anything like that. It's like we have to 151. Oh shit. We have to develop personalities because we have to attract. But women, it's like rarely have I met a woman that I was actually, except elderly women. I will say a lot of women in there. I had two elderly women friends. I had Lillian Qualls and Ethel Scott. I used to love being around them because they had a lot to talk about. They've lived life and they tell me stories, and the stories are actually interesting. Other than elderly women with a story to tell, it's the younger women really have nothing to say. It's like all young women do is use pretty to get. It's just use pretty.
They use it to get what they want.
To get what they want, and it's like you haven't developed a personality, and it's like, I don't want to hear you talk because every time you talk, it's in the form of something naggy. Whether you're asking something or demanding, you're either asking or demanding or yelling at me. It's like I've had women, total strangers, just yell at me. It's like for some reason, a lot of women think that men are here to just step on and use and abuse, and I can do whatever the fuck I want because I'm female. And it's like, you know, that mentality has to be checked. I'm not down with that. It's like me, if I approached a woman and said, bitch, do this, do this, do this, do that, I would be in the wrong for doing that. But the thing about it is, they don't see that, you know, vice versa. Them doing that, they don't see that that's wrong. And that's my problem.
That's why it's like they don't pretty much see that too. And pretty much the thing I sometimes, even though I said before I have problems with black women at times, not all, but I mean them. But The thing that really angers me about some of these white women, in my experience of trying to talk to them, they are sometimes, sometimes I look at them as like, y'all kind of becoming, y'all reminding me of black women now, because when I try to talk to y'all start to give me an attitude, or y'all walk away from me and be like, ugh, so ugly. Like, y'all think y'all better than me because y'all body and y'all skin? Like,
no,
white girls, I love them, but come on.
Yeah. It's like, here's the thing. There is a misconception of what a strong woman is. Now, what women think is a strong woman is I have an attitude, I give you shit, it's like, I'm hard to handle. And I told my friend, it's like, if you're hard to handle, then it's like, you shouldn't be hard to handle. Nobody should have to handle you. You're a person. People have to handle delicate or dangerous things. Inmates have to be handled. Animals have to be handled. Dangerous things have to be handled. If you're something that has to be handled, then you have a problem. And there's a misconception what makes a strong woman. A strong woman, in my opinion, is a woman that has went through a lot of struggles and tribulations in their life, and they've overcome it. They've learned from that, and they've gotten strong from that, and that's what makes a strong woman. Like what makes a strong man. It's adversity. It's the things that tries to people or things that try to put you down, and you've overcome it. That's what makes you strong. Having a bad attitude and giving people shit does not make you strong. That just makes you a bitch.
It pretty much does, and I don't get why black women are sometimes the most women I see that do that stuff, and that's why the black dude that saw Man of Vision, his video, you know what I'm saying, he noticed black women are now becoming the worst women on the planet.
Oh my God! They really are. They really are.
I'm like, it's like he said 90% of black women are evil and demonic as hell, because all they basically want to do is, it's funny. The devil want to control. Black women are kind of acting just like the devil, wanting to control. Like, we want to dominate and control. Like, why do y'all want to do that stuff?
You're right. There's no real partnership when it comes to a woman. A woman can't see being a partner to a black man. They can't even admit when they like a black man. It's like, I told you, it's a Willie Lynchy thing that black women do. Whereas that if they like a black man, they have to treat him like shit. They have to dog him. They have to throw him to the mud. They have to throw him to the dirt. Try to put down his self-esteem and brainwash him to think that you can do no better than me, dummy. Yeah. And I'm gonna control every aspect of your life. And it's like that, and then that's what turns me off about black women. They don't know how to treat us like human. I guess we're subhuman to them, and it's like, I don't want to be put into bondage. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not even by my own people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with you, black women, I can't fuck with y'all right now, because y'all got an ass backwards as to what makes you strong and as to what makes you a good partner or a good person. It's like you have no it's like you don't get it, and I don't want to have to say that this is wrong. This thing. It's like I said with women, they actually benefit from being irresponsible. It's like I said yesterday, they benefit from being irresponsible. It's like the world is built to take the woman's side. There are a lot of men, good men, that are imprisoned right now for women lying about them being raped and whatever. And it's like there's a lot of men that have to suffer. It's like there's a lot of innocent men that are just a lot of good men too that just have to put up with the crap that a woman has to. It's like they don't get. It's like, what am I trying to say? They don't get. They're not accountable for the shit that they do. It's like if a guy does a bad thing, the guy does a bad thing, and he's a bad guy. But if it's a woman does a bad thing, for some reason they're justified in doing it, and it's like, I don't know where this comes from. This irresponsibility. You know, it's like, and it's like they got so irresponsible. It's like, you know, it's like they get everything. They get housing, they get bills paid, they get free money, free food stamps. When it's all they have to do is go to the judge and turn on the waterworks. What happens to the guy that gets fucked over? He gets nothing. Nothing. He doesn't get anything. Nobody hears the guy's side. It's fucking retarded, man.
He just pretty much.
He's on his own. We're on our own. It's like nobody's got our back. You know what I mean?
Nobody does. Yeah. It's sad to see stuff like that. Actually, on the Vice show, I remember he talked about a topic where someone made a video about there's more black men in jail than other races of men. And I'm like, oh crap. Ain't that something? More black men in jail. Because a lot of the thing that pissed me off with some of these black men at this day is that a lot of them want to become rappers and stuff. I'm like, y'all think of something else besides that? Like, what about like a computer tech or, you know, anything more better than
you know why that is? You know, a lot of black people, they want to, you know, like I guess younger or whatever. They see that glamorous life, and it's like they say, well, damn, I can get bitches, I can get this and I get that. It's like, I guess a lot of guys. This is why guys go bad. Good guys go bad because they were good guys and they were treated like shit. So it's like, you know, with a good guy, it's like, hello, how are you? How are you doing? You're so nice. You look so lovely when you're talking to a woman. And it's like they don't give a fuck. It's like, man, it's like I'm being a nice guy. What they claim they want, and they're not giving me the time of day. Shit. I'd rather just be the bad guy. It's like it seems that when you're bad, you get everything, but when you're good, you get nothing. It's like when you're infamous, you get everything. You be a killer, be a fucking serial killer or a serial rapist. You'll get your own movie. You'll get book rights. You'll get all this shit. It's like we glorify violence, but for the guy that is a good neighbor, looks out for everybody, you know, he's Christian or whatever. He's a good guy. He doesn't get his story. His story is not told. You know, there are a lot of good people around the world. Their stories are not told because we live in a world that glorifies violence.
Yeah, that's what we basically living in. It's like you're living in, like as we said, we live in darker times now. Now is becoming darker. It's like, and there's gonna be nothing but more kids, more people doing things. It's such a shame. And then when these women basically go out with these bad boys, the thing is, when you marry them, your kid's gonna be watching the father being abusive to his mother. Then don't be surprised if that kid be abusive, especially the boys. It's not saying all boys are abusive, but especially the boys, because when the boys get older, they'll feel that they can overpower a woman because what they are. It's such a sad thing to see. It's like the women don't care for their kids' future.
No,
they don't care for their kids' future.
No, they don't. And a lot of times they give them. It's like I don't know how to be a parent. I'll admit I don't want kids, but it's like they give kids bad advice. One, it's not just bad advice, but they raise them wrong. It's like you're not supposed to spoil a kid. You're supposed to teach a kid that bad things have consequence, that money must be earned, that there's a certain sense of responsibility that you must have, and it's like eventually I will be gone. What are you gonna do when I leave? You know what I'm saying? It's like raise your kids right to be, you know, self-sufficient. Raise your kids smart. Raise your kids to fear you. They have to fear you in order to. You can't raise your friend. If you're friends with your kid, it's like then you try to tell your kid what to do. It's like, well, fuck you. I'm not gonna do that shit. It's like, you know, you have to set boundaries. You have to set adult-kid boundaries. It's like you have to teach that kid that what you do has consequences. And it's like, good or bad, it's like what you do have consequences. And it's like, it's like Bill Cosby said, I bring you into this world, I take you out. You know what I mean? It's like, there's, I guess, corporal punishment. That's the thing I would do. I would bring corporal punishment back.
Yeah.
Because it works. Because it works.
I heard in schools back then they actually used to paddle kids for being bad. I'm like, they should still do stuff like that. If you see kids in high school at this day, and I'm basically one of those kids who went to high school with kids that's bad, and these kids in high school are rebellious as hell. And I'm like, they get away with this.
They get away with everything. It's like because they're not getting the proper ass whoopings that they should have got when they was a kid. You see me? I got proper ass whoopings. I did something bad and I got my ass whooped, rightfully so. It's like, it's like now, it's like I said with the violence thing. Kids, it's like if they're bad, they're glorified. If they're good, they're punks. And it's like, it's the world is going, it's really going to hell in a handbasket.
It is. This world, it already is. It is going to hell. It's bad. It's almost like a nightmare. You get out of a nightmare and you basically gotta wake up right to one. Except one is real and the other is just a dream.
Did we get all the time? Did we get all the time?
Yeah, we got all the times. That's what I hate. That's what I'd say. Sometimes my life feels like a nightmare, especially back in my 8th grade year, because the 8th grade year of mine was so far the worst year. I remember I had so many bad days in school that I kind of skipped to school a lot, and this was like at the beginning of 2011. And to be honest, I actually did it. I managed to graduate still, but I remember I kept skipping school because a lot of kids kept bugging me and stuff like that, and nobody was talking to me and all that, etc., etc. And I remember my teacher told me to come back to school the next day, and I did. Then I had to go through the same hell again. I'm like, oh God, here we go again.
Yeah. And forget about, and here's the thing, when you're being bullied, forget about telling your teacher, because your teacher ain't gonna do shit. Your teacher's just gonna make it worse. This is when I start fighting my bullies, and I'm gonna tell you how I handle bullies. I used to fuck them up. That's how I used to handle. I said, "Fuck it. I'm not gonna play civil no more with you because my civility is going. It's falling on deaf ears when it comes to you. So I'm just gonna use what you understand, which is violence. And because of that, I was in the wrong for some reason. Nobody said, "Attaboy, way to go, way to fight your bullies." It's like I said, bullies are glorified. You know what I mean? Nobody ever messes with the bully because people like the bully. The bullies have free reign to do whatever the fuck they want. And then when somebody stops a bully, it's, "Why do you do that? Why do you do?" I'm like, "Because he's been beating the shit out of me since the 2nd grade." And I finally stood up to him. I'm thinking somebody's gonna be like, "Yay, great, good for you." No.
Yeah.
No, I was hated. I was hated.
When we get back.
Yeah, that's what I ain't get about all this stuff, especially stuff that happened in school. And I noticed on taller people, the thing I noticed about them, they don't really get bothered. I look at tall people who claim that they have hard times. Like, okay, I know y'all have hard times, but see, the difference is nobody ain't gonna mess with y'all because your height. They will leave y'all alone.